Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to North Crawford High School. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC, as we're ready to bring you today's non-conference wrestling match between the North Crawford-Seneca Co-op squad and the Westby Norsemen. Well, we had a chance to talk to both coaches, and we'll see if we can get the opportunity here to talk to them. I've got a new, different little recorder, and we'll see if we can get this to work for us here. The big thing is, I'd like to go back and talk first with head coach Arcadia. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Well, on a Tuesday morning, just after Christmas, at North Crawford High School. With me, head coach Arcadia of the North Crawford-Seneca squad, the co-op team here once again. And Eric, thanks so much for taking the time out here prior to today's match to talk some high school wrestling.
Well, thanks for coming out and actually doing some commentary on our wrestling. It's watching a lot of these streams nowadays. You get to watch the game, but you don't get the feel of the atmosphere, and then you're also missing out on that commentary, just watching the stream. So we're excited to have you come out and do this commentary. Pretty happy with Westby agreeing to this duel. I believe we're a pretty well evenly matched team. They have some really good wrestlers, but otherwise across the board, I think we'll have some pretty good matches today. So I'm happy with this matchup.
You know, and thank you for the kind words. You know, it's been such a different start of the season. How did things kind of come about for you once the okay was given by the WIAA in order to start? You got some numbers, and that. How did all that kind of start playing out for you?
Well, I think the hardest job was for the ADs trying to get these matchups. They have 7 days they have to try to spread these teams out, get a schedule between basketball, girls basketball, boys basketball. And so the ADs had a ton of work to do to try to make the matchups happen. So I got to be thankful for the ADs on this whole season to do the extra work that they're doing, getting all the scheduling in. And it's not, they don't have any leeway this year. It's got to be that day. Otherwise it screws up the next duel. So that's the biggest thing that I want to put a thank you out to the ADs that put in their hard work for the wrestling community to make it happen.
You know, kind of a weird thing too, the WIA has just come out, in fact, just this past week, I think it was just prior to Christmas maybe, or even a couple of days ago, that for the month of January we can do quads, and I know there's a bunch of quads set up in, like the Cashton, Brookwood, the Viroqua area. How is that kind of playing out for you guys?
Oh, now the talks are happening with other teams, trying to make that matchup with the 7-day spread and working with everything. So don't worry, there's a lot of talks between teams going on right now, because some kids might only wrestle 1 or 2 times before the regional, so we need those matchups to try to get matches for, let's say a 6-pounder might only wrestle 2 or 3 times in the conference, and we need more mat time before we prepare for regionals. So there's a lot of communications between teams and trying to figure out how we can make that schedule work.
You know, I would think too that from not only the ADs, but for you, Eric, as a head coach, to try and figure out and work with your AD, where are we going to go, what do you think we can do, that's got to, you just have that much more to worry about.
Yes. I mean, again, the coaches do a lot of talking anyway. That the wrestling community is great for that. Coaches all get along. We have the respect of, we're going to try to beat your team, but at the end we're going to shake hands and, we're going to work together. That's the biggest thing, is we're able to communicate with each other and try to get these matchups kind of in the books, and then we turn around and talk to our ADs to finalize it. So we have to work together with our ADs and make everything happen, and then, get referees and so on.
So you get a little time off after today, and then coming right back to next week, the first week in January. What does January look like for you right now?
It's like I said, it's kind of up in the air with that flood. Like we're trying to get those set up. So there's nothing really set in stone. We have DeSoto coming up, they got some tough, big upper weights. So that's what we'll have next. And again, we'll try to find maybe a potential of a quad in there to get our lighter weights to match. And we're in talks with some other teams about this stuff. So really scrambling right now, I guess, for January.
And rightfully so. But the positive part is it went from a single dual meet to now the quads. And I know that the WIA, they really do want to have that state tournament trail, and that's exciting to hear.
Yeah, I'm happy that they're trying to make that happen. That's a goal for kids. I mean, if your school doesn't have the big numbers to make it competitive at that dual level, like a team duel, now we need to do the individual goals. And that's, our team is not, we only have 8 weight classes filled out, and so we're not going to be competitive at the team level, but we're looking at individual success, and that's how you keep going with wrestling. Yeah. I'm glad that they're trying to make it happen, and like I said, that makes the goal for the kids for the season. Otherwise, it's a grind. Wrestling's a grind.
we know that from the get-go over the years, don't we?
Yeah, I compare it to mountain climbing. It's not fun. It's just it's about accomplishment at the end. Look back and what did you accomplish? Because it's hard getting there, but when you look back, you're happy.
Yeah. There's a lot of inner pride that takes place with that. Eric, I just want to say thanks again. Thanks for inviting me down here. We want to wish you the best of luck for the 2020-21 season. We look forward to watching the Trojans as they continue on, and we're going to get things going for that state tournament trail.
All right, thank you for coming in.
All right, that's Eric Cady, the head coach of North Crawford-Seneca Co-op team. We'll be back. We'll see if we can find head coach Rob Kerner and have a chat with him. We were able to find Coach Kerner, and let's have that interview right now. Well, welcome back to North Crawford. With me now, head coach Rob Kerner of the Westby Norsemen, as we continue on talking high school wrestling here. Rob, thanks again. I know you got the guys out there warming up. We'll try and make it a rather quick interview, but we always do a pretty good job talking wrestling.
Yeah, we just maybe we go a little too long sometimes.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that match against Arcadia. You guys, I thought the Norsemen totally dominated out there. It looked like you were in pretty good shape. You got the legs back underneath you, good wind, and a good win for the Norsemen.
Yeah, we've been working a lot on our conditioning. Started, bang, we were starting, and then a duel, and so we put some extra emphasis on that, and the kids were looking good for the full 6 minutes. Some of them didn't have to go the full 6 minutes. They went out there and were aggressive right away and got after it, take down to a pinning combination, chain wrestled, and that's what we're looking for, is just one move to the next, chain wrestle, be aggressive. And I was very pleased with how they wrestled against Arcadia.
I was just thinking, as you said that, about the chain wrestling, it seems like we don't see that until, the bi-state. Of course, we don't have that. Have you done something to kind of help jumpstart that so that the kids understand there's maybe a little more urgency because of the shortness of the season?
Yeah, well, we went over some of the basic stuff that we like to do and that we want them to do in the positions, whether they're on top, bottom, or neutral. And we started drilling it as putting the pieces together. We start in neutral position. We get our takedown as we're finishing. We're going into a pinning combination. If we don't get it, we don't get it. But we're looking for something to score off of right away. A lot of times we talk about bottom. As soon as if you ever get taken down, as soon as you get taken down, hit something, because guys have a tendency to relax and points are scored. So, we talk about just continuing to wrestle the whole time. We're drilling our pinning combinations. We're starting in the referee's position, hitting the breakdown, going to a pinning combination right away, just trying to put the steps together so when we drill it, we've been growing it more as a whole sooner in the year than we have in the past.
Yeah, well, it was pretty evident, I thought, against Arcadia. You guys did a nice job with that. What do we know today about the North Crawford-Seneca co-op team that you're taking on here at North Crawford High School?
Well, the last few years I've noticed the numbers are coming back up, which is nice to see. I think they got like 8 kids maybe out right now, but they're spread out, so they fill 8 weight classes, and we're going to get a lot of matches tonight because the kids are going to wrestle in the varsity duel, and then we're going to come back and wrestle them some more afterwards. So they're going to get multiple matches. I didn't get a count to see how many they were, but it looked like more than 14 if you put it all together to me. So that'll be nice to get in a full session of wrestling.
Yeah. You know, the WA made the decision to allow for quads now in January. How has that kind of made you guys scramble picking up quads, or did you kind of have some thoughts on that prior to today?
Well, we knew that the schedule was going to be constantly in flux and changing, so it wasn't a surprise, but it's been easy to add teams to quads, like West Salem. We were supposed to wrestle Sparta on the 5th, and now it's become West Salem and Black River and us with Sparta in a quad there. They were supposed to wrestle Black River, and West Salem was supposed to wrestle that day. We were supposed to wrestle Sparta. We said, let's just get together and do it together. So it gives the kids, 2 more matches than they would have gotten. But that's kind of how it's done. It's been fairly easy to put it together. Our AD, Andy Holtz, does a good job with that. He's on top of it, so it worked out pretty good so far.
As a past coach, looking at that decision, I thought personally that's a great decision, because now it gives your kids a little bit more being ready for more than just one match, and that helps you prepare for the regionals and sectionals and hopefully state.
Yeah, hopefully, the numbers keep going down and they expand it to 8 teams, can be together for a day, and then we can do the regional tournament and see what happens from there. I don't know if sectionals would be like a no-fan situation or something, but I think the kids have learned to be grateful for what they can get, for what they're given. So if they get to wrestle, that'd be a positive.
Yeah, right. Well, Rob, I know you got the guys out there warming up, and I said we'll try and make it short. I'm going to say thanks for coming in here, and best of luck today, and best of luck with January. Looks like we're gearing up for a fun end of the season.
Yeah, hopefully. We're getting the regional stuff ready, because that's going to be coming up soon on the 30th, and we're hosting, so we're looking at that, and we're looking at adding teams to a schedule, and yeah, it's busy time and everything happens last second, but it keeps you on your toes and keeps you doing stuff. I wanted to tell you, nice job with that YouTube channel that you got, WWVP.
Yeah.
I told my kids about it, and they love going on there and watching it. After it's done, I think I've had a couple kids that watch it a couple times. So it's an excellent job that you do there. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. That just gave me goosebumps. I really do appreciate that. It was a work in progress there too, let me tell you. Something for an old guy to try. You never know. Well, Rob, thanks again so much. And we'll have this match on the YouTube channel probably within a couple of days, so folks get a chance to watch it. They can look back and watch high school wrestling once again.
Yep, that would be great.
All right, Rob Kerner, head coach for the Westby Norsemen. We'll have the start of today's match at 106 pounds, I believe. Rob, is that correct?
I think we're starting at 160.
Oh, 160 now. Well, see, I had the right numbers, just turned around a little bit. But, all right, well, we'll come up with 160 pounds in just a moment. and support from the two coaches. It's always fun to get an opportunity to talk some high school wrestling and how each team, each school is doing their particular thing when it comes to this pandemic year. The Pledge of Allegiance now.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So they will now get things set up. They're going to have a couple, three actually, I guess, 2 or 3. And I just got the word it's going to be 3 exhibition matches beforehand. So we'll hope that the names and numbers and everything match up. And Mark Parrott, the official today, and Yvonne Haiti taking care of the announcing today. Always great to see Yvonne. Didn't see Pete around, but went into opportunity to chat with her for a few moments. And now they're going to be going through those starting lineups. Take a look here. Let's see if we can pan back just enough here to get most of the guys. They're going through Westby first here. Trevor Lemke at 138. Ian Brown at 152. Of course, everything could change. Garrett Vatlin at 152. Clay Nottestead for the Norsemen. 170 is Lucas Hansen. Ty Nottestead down to 195 now. Dylan Nottestead at 220. And Jake Collins at 285 here for the Norsemen. And we'll swing over and take a look here for the North Crawford-Seneca squad. We'll have Hemi Steele, Raiden Steele, sophomore and senior. Austin Puckett Stanley at 132. Isabel Sprosty at 138. Bo Jelenik at 145. Oh, Bo is at 45. Demi Hayes. Cameron Johnson and Todd Holston at 285. Thanks going out to those sponsors. Let's take a look. Well, how about, let's start with Right Choice Construction out of Westby. We appreciate Rich and his great crew bringing us today's matches. By the way, they just want to remind you, free estimates as well, so give them a call. We take a look at another one of those sponsors. How about the Riverbank bringing you today's action from North Crawford High School. Riverbank, of course, a couple of branch banks located, one in the heart of Coon Valley and then also on the south side of Westby. Thanks to the Riverbank. Katie Helseth managing both of those branches. You'll see her in Coon Valley in the morning, and then in the afternoon she'll be at Westby. All right, final touches going on out here. It looks like we're about ready to get today's match coming up. We should have somewhere around 12, 14 matches. Should be a lot of fun here for this particular dual meet. Glad to have everyone on board. Here comes Hansen and Steele. Of course, there's no shaking of the hands right away, and that's always a little bit strange, but we do the best we can with what we have, right? Here we are with the matchup as the wrestlers will look at each other and try to come in. There's a nice double leg. Boy, looked like he was going to go to a single leg with Steele, and then he switched right off to that double and had Hansen off his feet. Coming down with that 2 for the takedown. Now Hansen able to stand up, trying to get the hand control, and a back trip here by Steele. And he goes right into armbar series. Tries to jump around looking for a potential. I would look at that and say, oh, they're going to look for a chin drop of some sort. That looks like what he's trying to do, but Hansen's able to square back up, and now a more conventional armbar series here by Steele. Hansen back up to his feet here. Great effort. And Steele comes right back to the mat. Now looking for a bar arm series here. Trying to get a little bit of a facelift. He does have Hansen turned. Trying to get those shoulders to the mat is Steele in this exhibition match at 126 pounds. Under 30 seconds to go here in period number 1. Now is trying to cinch it up even tighter, and there's the fall. Fall coming in 140 pin time for Raiden Steele. All right, that was at 126. Now, these matches, by the way, folks, are 2-1-1. 2 minutes for the first period, 1 minute for second and third. Diami Hayes and let's see, this should be Hansen. This is Dominic at 145 pounds. 2 wrestlers will look to lock up, and now a little snap down. Trying to get around behind is Hansen. He's able to do that, and he'll pick up the initial points here in this match. 145 exhibition, 2-1-1 is what we'll be watching for. We take a look here too. The Rural Mutual Insurance, that's Kevin Blusky supporting today's broadcast. We appreciate his wonderful support. And remind you that Rural Mutual Insurance is a Wisconsin-based company that does business only in Wisconsin. Farm, home, condo, you name it. They've got some great products for your protection. Well, there's the, he's going to bring him back down to the mat as Hayes tried to get some hand control and get back up to his feet here. Hansen still working on that right side, jams the arm forward, stays with that deep, tight waist with the left arm. Trying to dig in an arm bar. He's able to get that arm bar, trying to get a turn. They're going to go out of bounds. Supporting points out, and a fresh start here for Diami Hayes. Hayes will stay in that down position with 46 seconds remaining in period number 1. Going to get a caution on red. Hansen needs to make sure that hand is on the belly button. And they're ready to go. Well, we certainly hope that you enjoy this Western Wisconsin Video Production LLC of high school wrestling. Thanks to Arcadia again for inviting us down to do this matchup. And, of course, the Westby Norsemen, one of the teams, schools that we follow between Westby, Viroqua, and Cashton. So that became a no-brainer. It was a great thing to do here. And, of course, I love to do the wrestling matches anyways. Here we are now trying to get that half Nelson in the wrist. Oh, he's going to jump over to a cradle series. Hayes trying to hit back up over the top here and maintaining control as they go out of bounds. Well, I tell you what, that was close. No back points here as Hansen really come up with a solid performance. Hayes did too, just to make sure he didn't go to his back. That was a really tough position for him. Now a quick timeout. Just to double check there, make sure everything was working correct as far as the point totals. it's going to be Hayes in the down position, trying to get up and out here with a 1 minute period now. And boy, that armbar series, how in the world Hayes was able to move from that, to tell you what, that was pretty good. Staying away from things. Now putting that left leg in, trying to stretch out, and he's going to get what we call the Fritz move. That's what I call the Fritz. He's going to get 2 near fall. Out of that move is Dominic Hansen. Trying to get another turn is Hansen. Coming over the top with that cradle, and time will run out. It didn't look like it was a cross-face cradle. It just looked like what we would normally call a far side cradle. Hansen with his choice, and he says down after taking a quick look at head coach Rob Kerner. Hansen is set. Here comes Hayes. He too will go with the right arm around, now trying to stand up and hip out. He actually is able to do that little hip heist, and he hits the switch for 2. Reversal here for Hansen. He now leads 6-0. This is the second of, well, let's see, about 8 matches that are exhibition. First 3 exhibition matches, and then after that we'll start our dual meet, and then we'll come back and finish with 6 more matches. So 9 total exhibition. That's a nice thing to have here, and we have all day. Well, sort of. We take a look here as Hansen in control, trying to go with a far side power half here, trying to stack up Hayes. The buzzer will sound, and that will be the end of the match. A 6-0 win here for Dominic Hansen over Diami Hayes. Should be Trevor Lemke stepping out onto the mat. He is going to be wrestling Bo Jelenik now. Lemke, of course, a sectional qualifier last year for the Norseman. Here is a nice double leg and a lift and back to the mat. Now a release here. Lemke. Now we're going to stop that one, as landed pretty hard on the shoulders and stuff. Did Jelenik. Well, being that it was the head neck area, that's a 5-minute. Make sure if within the 5 minutes that he can go. So we'll just take a moment here and kind of sit back and relax. So we'll just put things on hold for a moment. Lemke will pick up the win here from injury default. That was the 3rd match, and we'll go to 160 pounds. Now we will start our dual meet portion. So 160, Clay Nottestead will get the forfeit win. They'll move to 170 pounds. And Lucas Henson will come over. And he will pick up a forfeit win as well. Thanks going out to Scenic Bluffs Community Healthcare supporting today's broadcast, as well as, of course, their corporate office located in Cashton. Medical, behavioral, dental, chiropractic work. Putting the matches in track wrestling for the official. Make sure everything is squared up. And now Hansen will come out, and his hand will be raised, picking up the forfeit at 170 pounds. We move to 182 pounds. Isaac Huff for the Norseman comes out, and he will get the forfeit win. So 3 forfeits in a row puts the team score up 18-0 Westby. That brings at 195 pounds, Ty Nottestead will come out. Ty, a sophomore. And he's going to be taking on senior Ben Benson. We're talking things over. Our thanks going out to Sleepy Hollow on the north side of Viroqua. We thank them so much for their wonderful support. All kinds of great trucks. And, of course, the 2021 vehicles, well, they probably arrived, since November? Maybe even October. Well, here we go with Nottestead trying to get an underhook with that right arm and an overhook on the left, trying to tie up Benson. Benson slips underneath, and he's going to do a little duck under and pick up the takedown. Good little move there by Ben Benson as he hit the duck under and picks up the opening points here in this match. A full 6-minute match slated unless one of the wrestlers decides to pin the other. Nottestead back up to his knees now, and a good tight waist. Chopping Nottestead down, Benson maintaining control. Trying to dig out that right arm is Benson. Nottestead able to get that back, keep that from happening. Now back up to his knees. Trying to get some hand control, but boy, I tell you what, Benson doing a real nice job here. Now he's able to get that arm back, and as soon as he gets it, then Nottestead able to retrieve his arm. And I say retrieve because it looked like it was going to be a bar arm situation for Benson. Now Benson will realize he's getting a little bit too high. He'll slide back around behind and stay with control here on Nottestead. Now trying to stack Nottestead. Stepping between the legs and lifting. Trying to pull Nottestead to his back. Benson has Nottestead flanned out. That'll be the end of period number 1. So after 1, it's 2-0 Ben Benson of North Crawford. Nottestead will get his choice, and Coach Kerner says, hey, you know what? Let's just go on top. Try to get that control and see if we can get a pinning combination. Benson quickly to his feet. Now Nottestead comes up over the top with a far side cradle. Getting a little bit high here, and Benson trying to roll through it. He's able to do so. He's going to pick up the reversal, and now he has Nottestead in trouble. Looking for the pin here, and there it is. A 2:23 pin time. 2:23 pin time for Ben Benson. That puts the team score at 6-18 now. Thanks going out to those sponsors. How about Snowflake Ski and Golf? Thanks to Steve Clement down there at County P. Forfeit win coming up here for Dylan Nottestead. 6th place finish last year at the state tournament as a sophomore. So some big things coming up here, you'd like to think, for Dylan Nottestead. He'll get a exhibition match a little later. Here comes Jake Collins now for the Norseman at 285 pounds. Well, Vernon Communications, thanks to everyone back there helping us get this on Channel 14 today. And, of course, streaming on vernoncom.coop/live. We thank them a ton, able to do that. And we'd also like to thank Vernon Electric Cooperative out on Saugstead Road in Westby. Thanks to Vernon Memorial Healthcare, located on the north side of Viroqua. Amanda Huff, remind you to give them a call if you know of anyone that needs rehabilitative care. There's the place to go. Yeah, they've been taking care of things for over 100 years. Vernon County residents. Well, here we are. This is going to be Cameron Johnson taking on Jake Collins. Johnson goes to a front headlock, tries to get Collins stretched out a little bit. Collins trying to fight that off on all fours, trying to face Johnson. Johnson will scoot around behind. No points yet here, and Collins breaks free. Nice job there by Collins to break free, and a good job by Johnson as he turned the corner. He just couldn't chop Collins down to the mat, really what it came down to. Now both wrestlers, again, they'll stay with that upper body on the head. They'll see if they can look to snap one or the other down to the mat. Here comes that front headlock again, and that's exactly what Johnson does. And this time he's able to secure the takedown. Spin around behind. Collins trying to face him, and now Collins hits the roll, and he'll get the reversal. He comes in with the crossface, has the elbow. Now he's going to stay up on the top to keep the shoulders down on the mat of Cameron Johnson, North Crawford-Seneca. Collins, with 25 seconds remaining, they're going to be called out of bounds down to 22 seconds in a 2-2 match here at 285 pounds. Johnson will go to referee's position. Thanks to VMH, Vernon Memorial Healthcare, so much care, so close, located in Viroqua. And on the south side of Viroqua, it's the VFW. No one does more for veterans than the VFW of Viroqua. Check out that Friday Night Fish, too, folks. They do a great job. Well, here we are with Collins maintaining control at the buzzer. And we'll get the flip of the disc and choice, I should say. It is actually going to go to Collins, and he'll take the top position. So Johnson, referee's position. Collins comes in on that left-hand side, the right arm around the waist, drops back over to the far side ankle. Now with some hip action, able to knock Johnson off his base. Going back into that crossface series, trying to get that cradle locked up. Collins takes the left arm and comes through the crook of the knee, and Johnson trying to straighten things out, and he's able to do just that. Tell you what, that is not an easy thing to do, especially when your shoulders are down on the mat. Collins will now look to try and come over here to the left side. Looks like he wants to get a power half in, and Johnson doing a good job of facing away from that. Now looking for a crossface the other direction. not able to get it. Collins goes back to that power half, trying to use that forearm with the right arm, keeping the head down of Johnson. Johnson not going to be turned on that. Collins trying to get that crossface. Official and Mark Parrott now looking in a little closer, probably trying to determine if someone is stalling or not. Here's a power half situation by Collins. So Collins is going to be warned for stalling. They said the hips were parallel. .32 seconds remaining in the second period. Chopping Johnson down to the mat. Collins trying to get off on the side here again with that crossface. Johnson kind of belly down now. Collins jumps over with that power half. Now Johnson is warned for stalling. Collins goes right back into that crossface series. And peeling it away was Johnson. End of the period, still 2-2 score. So the choice now to North Crawford-Seneca, that's Johnson, and Cameron Johnson says neutral. Taking a look at head coach Eric Cady. Johnson was able to pick up a takedown off from a front headlock series, and there he's going after it again. Now driving in, oh, he caught a single leg, was Collins. Collins kind of took that one away from Johnson as he was trying to bring him down to the mat. Johnson didn't get the one leg back, and boy, Collins made use of it. Picking up the takedown and is now out in front 4-2. Both wrestlers have been warned for stalling. Now a warning, stalling on green. That's the bottom man. Collins doing a nice job of jumping from one side to the other, trying to turn Johnson. Johnson, a tough time here, trying to get to his knees. He tries to keep that head up, but as soon as that head comes up, Collins looks rather strongly for that crossface. Now a power half coming in once again. Johnson not able to get to those knees. He's just, all he can do here is to fight off these different pinning combinations that Jake Collins keeps throwing at him. Now Collins a little bit parallel. He's going to have to watch out for that as time will run out. That's the end of the match. That was a pretty good match for a couple of big guys at 285 pounds. It winds up 5-2 in favor of Jake Collins, picking up the win. And we'll move to 106 pounds. Well, we also want to thank the Viroqua Booster Club supporting today's broadcast. Contact Eric Anderson or Carl Zuby if you'd like to become a member. Hemi Steele at 106 pounds will pick up a forfeit win. There he goes. Trying to catch up to him there. Yeah, 113 pounds, Brock Hoskins for Westby will get the forfeit. And then we move to 120 pounds, and I think that might be, well, I don't know if that's a double forfeit or not. We'll have to wait and see. Team score right now, 33-12. Westby out in front. Taking a look at more of those sponsors. The Viroqua Dental Center, Dr. Leanne Klum. For your next beautiful smile, there's the place to go, the north side behind Sleepy Hollow. Our thanks also going out to the Viroqua Food Co-op, helping with today's broadcast. Tell you what, that store is just a wonderful place to go when it comes to shopping. And of course, with your organic health foods, there's the forfeit win for the Norseman. This is Raiden Steele now stepping out to the mat. And he'll pick up a forfeit win. Vasatag Funeral Home supporting today's broadcast, located in Viroqua, Westby, and beyond. Since 1970, the Vasatag Funeral Home supporting the area folks in their time of need. £132. This is Austin Puckett Stanley. He picks up a forfeit. Westby not having anybody there. So Lemke, the senior wrestler, he'll come out, get his hand raised. He might have. Now we move to 145. So 145, Dominic Hansen will pick up the forfeit win. And then, let's see, we should move to 152. So Garrett Vallon at 152, making the move down. And he shows a quick snap and spin for 2. Trying to get that half Nelson and wrist series, trying to stretch him out. Vatlin trying to bring him across the knee. Now looking to get that turn. Diami Hayes now a cradle series. Far side cradle, pulling him back. Got a little bit high. Got to be careful there, says the coaching staff. Rob Kerner. And now Vallon able to break that. Trying to step through here and look for half Nelson. Hayes trying to keep those hips square to the mat. 35 seconds remaining in this first period of action. It's 2-0. No points after that quick takedown. Now Vallon slowly trying to get that turn, and he has it. And the fall. A minute 41, the pin time here for Vallon of Westby. So picking up the win, that makes the score 57-24 now. And that should be the end of the regular dual meet. And we'll have to wait. We might have to wait a minute or two here. We'll see. 13 pounds. It is Hemi Steele coming out onto the mat. And Brock Hoskins, this will be an exhibition match at 113. The dual meet score 57-24. The Norseman will pick up the win. We'll try and cover those matches. Here is a nice single leg and a step through for a takedown by Hoskins. Picking up the initial points here. Jumping over on that, looking at that crossface series. Now Hoskins will move out to the front and release Steele. Trying to go in. He looked like he wanted a little bit of a Russian tie with that wrist. Couldn't quite get it. Went down for the ankle. Not able to get that either. Trying to get a front headlock is Hoskins. And try to drag down. Oh, he got himself in a little trouble. Tried to do a suicide roll. And Steele nearly caught him. Hoskins switches off to a single. Now tries to go for a double. Meanwhile, Steele, putting a lot of pressure on those shoulders, has his own front headlock. Now a potential Iowa set up here by Steele. Hoskins showing some pretty good strength right there as he's able to get back to his feet, kind of upper body coming up. Steele trying to bring him back down to the mat. Hoskins comes back with that lift again, and he's picking up back points. 3 for the near fall at the buzzer. And it's 7-3. Hoskins out in front. And we'll flip the disc now in the exhibition matches. Hoskins will defer, and Steele says, well, let's go neutral. That's what they'll do. Hoskins out in front by 4. Thanks to the Westby Co-op Creamery. There's a nice snap and spin again by Hoskins. Now with a 6-point advantage at 9-3. Hemi will stay down on his knees here, trying to look for some hand control before he comes up. Trying to get a long far side cradle is Hoskins. Potentially dangerous here now.
Get it, bud.
6 seconds remaining here in the second period. Trying to get out of there with a nice little sit out. Hoskins was able to follow. Hoskins' choice, he says, after some thought, he chose down. Coach Kerner said, you pick. What do you want? Trying to come up with that Granby roll, and he got it. Hoskins picking up 2 for the reversal, and he might pick up some back points. I think he's going to get at least 2. He does get 2 for the near fall. And Hemi Steele comes right back with the reversal of his own. Now a little bit high. Steele losing those legs and trying to come out the back door here is Brock Hoskins. He's awfully close to it. He's going to switch back off. There's that double leg again. He steps off to the side, now collapses the knees, and he gets the 2 for the reversal. He did a nice little chop down low on the legs of Steele to get that 2, and it's 15-5. That'll be the end of the exhibition match. 15-5 your final score here, Hoskins over Steele. Thanks again to the Westby Co-op Creamery. You know, it's never too late for those gift packages that they have. They have some tremendous, styles, products, whatever you want to call it. Be sure to give them a buzz. Stop in at their new store. Here's Stanley Puckett at 132 pounds. He's going to take on Blake Hansen. 2-1-1 your periods. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute. Here's a big double leg lift, and Stanley Puckett picks that up for 2. Now trying to got to work up a little bit, and now he does. Working up onto that waist and now driving Hansen out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, that was a dandy lift. Always a little partial to that double leg lift anyways. That shows that you got in real deep. Hansen doing a nice job getting back to his feet. Look at that, going for the hand control. That was a great thing to do. And Puckett drops down and catches the leg, and they fall out of bounds. Back up on their feet, says Puckett. Conferring here with Coach Haiti. There's another good shot. Oh, another big lift by Puckett. Out of bounds they go. 101 remaining here in period number 1, thanks to the Westby Co-op Credit Union, bringing you today's action here from North Crawford High School. Of course, you'll find them in on the way home. We'll drive right by in Viroqua, Westby, and Coon Valley. Now a warning stalling on green. Must have felt that he was driving Hansen out of bounds. Maybe a little extra intentional. Sometimes that happens. Hansen trying to get up and is brought right back down to the mat. And great persistence there as Hansen able to get back to his feet. He gets the escape. Now he shoots in for a double, trying to get his own lift. This time, Stanley Puckett is able to fight that one off. Well, you like that kind of competition and that desire as Hansen went right back at him. Trying to get a head throw, missed that one, and out of bounds they go. Back to the center once again. Hansen showing a little spunk coming back at Stanley Puckett here. Or Puckett Stanley, there we go, Puckett Stanley. I probably said it wrong before. I apologize to Austin on that. Now trying to come up with a takedown. A whizzer thrown in by Puckett Stanley. And the buzzer sounds, no takedown on that maneuver for Hansen. It's going to be the choice here going to Hansen, and he chose down. See if he can get up and away. Puckett Stanley rides in, and tell you what, great hand control, and now a double leg. Can he get the takedown? Not yet. Hansen gets the escape, and now he's in position where he's trying to maybe pick up a takedown himself. He has Puckett Stanley down. Oh, now a little fade-out move underneath by North Crawford-Seneca, and they'll get the takedown. Now the one escape. 20 seconds to go here in period number 2. These guys are really going after things, and that's what makes it fun. Trying to get an Iowa run is Puckett Stanley, and he has it. He ran the Iowa, picking up the takedown and the pin. A 2:57 pin time here. 2:57 the pin time for Austin Stanley Puckett. That was quite the match. Good effort by both wrestlers. Got to like that. Got to be proud of that effort. Well, let's see. Should be Hayes and Brown coming up. We want to thank American Family Insurance, the Phil Strand Agency, for all your protection under one roof. Oh, they're actually going to go Benson and Nottestead instead here. ADRC, the Aging Disability Resource Center of Vernon County. If you know of anyone that's in some tough spots, senior citizens, disabled citizens, be sure to let ADRC know. Here is Ben Benson and Dylan Nottestead. A 195-pounder and a 220. You can wrestle up one weight class. Nottestead with obvious height advantage. He's really got some length to him. There's a quick snap down and spins around behind for the takedown. Trying to get that cross-face cradle, and Benson does a good job of. Oh, we got some blood on the mat here, and I'll get that cleaned up. We can say thanks to the Bank of Cashton. That's Scott Wall and his crew. Remind you of their HSAs. That's a great place to go. And our thanks to Bobby Johns on Front Street in Cashton. Thanks to Sue Brigham and the crew over there. Stop in for great tasting meals. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, the team score, we could probably go over that right now. As we take a look, match started at 160 pounds, and Clay Nottestead picked up a forfeit win. It was a forfeit win for Nottestead, Lucas Hansen at 70, Isaac Huff at 82, and at 195, Ben Benson picked up a pin. He's wrestling right now in the exhibition match. He picked up a pin over Ty Nottestead. Dylan Nottestead, who's wrestling Benson, picked up a forfeit win. Jake Collins with a 5-2 victory over Cameron Johnson. Hemi Steele picks up a forfeit win at 106. Brock Hoskins, a forfeit win. Here's a head lever situation by Nottestead. Benson doing a good job of fighting that off. And more problems here with that bloody nose. 120 pounds, Westby picks up a forfeit win. And let's see now, was that that was Blake Hansen picking up the forfeit at 120. Then at 126, Raiden Steele picked up a forfeit win. Austin Puckett Stanley picked up the win at 132. Lemke with the win for Westby at 138. Hansen at 145 for the Norseman. And Ian Brown at 152. Or check that, actually Garrett Vallon wrestled 152 and he picked up a 141 pin. And your final score was 57-24. We take a look here also on the previous exhibition matches for North Crawford-Seneca. It was Raiden Steele prior to the varsity match. Picked up a pin over Hansen at 140 mark. Dominic Hansen picked up a 6-0 win over Hayes and an injury default win for Trevor Lemke. More problems with that bloody nose here for Benson. That's a tough one too. Always hard to stop those, especially when it's the winter and your nose is dry. It's just not easy to do. Get it stopped. It's easy for it to run and run and run. That's what's happening right now. Previous matches that have been wrestled too after the dual meet, Hoskin picks up a 15-5 victory over Hemi Steele, and Austin Stanley Puckett picks up a pin over Blake Hansen in 257. This is Ben Benson and Dylan Nottestead at 220. We'll also see Todd Holston and Jake Collins at 285. And then another match in Diami Hayes will be taking on Ian Brown. So we'll wait and see when that happens. I'm not sure if it'll be that match or the 285 match following this one. They'll decide that. They probably had to bump this one in because of a little time constraint, most likely. And some more blood time once again here. Still in that first period of action. Well, just a quick reminder that Mauston Westby girls basketball game has been canceled. It was slated to go at 3 o'clock today. That's not going to take place now. I don't know if that game will be made up or not. Probably not. It was part of that Royal basketball tournament for the girls. But boy, next week, hang on to your hats. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and we'll try to get you that information. Follow that information. We'll put it on the school, the school channels. We'll also try to get it on channel 14 here, so you can see what the game plan is, so to speak, for the week with Western Wisconsin Video Productions. Well, they're ready to go again. Yeah, a lot of events between the Norsemen, the Blackhawks, and the Eagles. Westby, Viroqua, and Cashton. I do know one, we're going to have a quadrangular on Thursday night. That will be at Cashton. That should be a dandy one, too. We're trying to work on that. We'll see if there's nearly coming around, but time runs out. We want to put that on so a number of folks can watch. We might try and do the Channel 14 thing again. I'll have to talk with Jeanette over there at Vernon Communications, see what we think. Here's a nice little step over by Nottestead. Tell you what, he is so long. Benson's not short either, but when you got somebody who stands 6'4", 6'5", that makes it a little more difficult. And that's what's happening right now for Ben Benson, unfortunately. Battling hard here, and on top of that, fighting a number of stops due to the bloody nose. Trying to get that cradle locked up, and now he has it. Nottestead with the cradle. Benson doing a great job of getting out of that, though. That was not easy. So a lot of real good heart there by Ben Benson. And the third period coming up here, but first, yep, they're going to check on that nose. Nottestead, as we mentioned, a sixth-place finisher last year at the state individual tournament. So we'll see if we have the state tournament series, which we certainly hope that we do. And I know the WIA wants to do everything they can to give the opportunity to the wrestlers and make sure they're still safe and healthy. Benson shooting in. He has a single leg, but boy, just draping over the top is Nottestead. And they'll go out of bounds. Back to the center. No points on that shot. Good looking shot there by Benson. Split away here and come back towards the center of the mat. 18 seconds remaining in this exhibition match. Diving after a low single leg and spinning behind was Nottestead. Just under 5 seconds remaining, and hopefully one last time to stop here for the blood. Well, the Cashton Farm Supply, Ernie Peterson, out there in Highway 27 near Cashton, your organic farm when it comes to feed, fertilizer, and seed for that matter, right? Thanks to Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op. John Maslevicek reminding you to give them a call when it comes to Bear Mountain Few pellets and more. Diesel fuel, gasoline, propane. And we hope you're enjoying today's match on Coon Valley Telecommunications, their channel 14. Here's the start of the last 5 seconds. That'll do it. 8-0, the major decision here in the exhibition match for Dylan Nottestead of the Westby Norsemen. Now at 285 pounds. They're going to bring in Jake Collins and Todd Holston. Holston, a senior. Collins, a junior. Collins picked up a win in the dual meet 5-2 over Johnson. Now he's taking on the other 285-pounder here. Both wrestlers looking to try and lock up at the head area, and they go ear to ear. Now Collins tries to back away and see if he can get another fresh start with things. Both wrestlers, you can see, would like to get that kind of front headlock series, and now picking up a snap and spin. Now going right into a crossface here was Collins, and he's going to pick up the pin. A 49-second pin here for Collins of Westby. Wow. He went right into that crossface series to pick up the pin. Well, this is our final, should be our final match tonight. Or this afternoon, I guess I should say now. So used to saying evening. There's a pinning combination. Got that far side cradle in for Brown. Trying to lock things up here on Hayes. Deami Hayes trying to get some hand control here. See if he can break that. Now, whoa, almost got away. Brown will pick up the 3 near fall. Looking for a half Nelson series. Brown trying to come up here. He's got the arm bar in and the wrist. Trying to make that turn, and he slowly is able to do that. Has the pinning combination. 15 seconds remaining. Going to pick up at least 3 near fall. Trying to sit through here, and tough position here right now. Not going to get the pin. And they'll release and get the 3 near fall. 8-0 score.
Green, your choice. Green shoes, on. Hey, in. 1 minute. Second period, guys.
Hayes has his choice, and he decides to take the top position. Now he gets a chin drop situation here on Brown. Nearly has the pin. Very close. Brown got a little extended, and Hayes trying to capitalize on that. There's the pin. So the pin time, let's see, what was that? It was 2:28. Boy, quite the comeback here for Deami Hayes. And that will take care of things today here at North Crawford. The final team score, once again, 57-24, as the Westby Norsemen come up with the win in the non-conference matchup. Well, we certainly hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production, LLC, of high school wrestling. We follow the North Crawford-Seneca squad and the Westby Norsemen team as they continue to battle here today and also throughout the month of January, and with hopes of getting through to the state tournament trail. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, saying we'll see you real soon somewhere on the mats or on the hard court. Take care and have a great rest of your week, and Happy New Year from my wife, Lori, and I.